So that's basically the calendar. So what week of the month is your event?
Second Tuesday.
Second week.
Yeah.
So every month on the first week of the month, that's when your referral team meeting is going to be, depending on what day you decide to pick. This is Tuesday, so I'd probably have this meeting on Monday or Tuesday.
Okay.
That'll give you enough time for people to send in their strategic introductions and for you to get it to upstairs so they can send the VIP introductions.
Then it actually probably ought to be no later than the Monday, because it's got to be in at least a week ahead of time, right?
Yeah. And then on the fourth week of the month is your social event. So last week of the month, social event. And, you know, you can do that however you want to. There's really no rules for that except kind of when it is.
Sure.
And then superpower teams, it's helpful to have that on the third week of the month because people have their referral team, they've had the event, they've had some time to send out some of these referrals. This is really a time where some people are getting out to clients directly and maybe inviting clients to this. They may be doing some of their introductions during this third week, and that also gets them prepared to be able to come to this referral team meeting with some business.
Sure.
In this meeting, if that Monday doesn't work, then push it into the fourth week. Meaning if everybody's like, no, dude, we can never do Monday, then the Friday or Thursday before in the fourth week.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. I'm just taking what you're saying, sort of crunching it with the things that we've talked about, so.
So what do you think about that schedule and how it fits with what you guys are doing?
I think it's got potential down the road. I think right now it may or may not. Well, the superpower team obviously doesn't fit. The way we've got it set up now, we're meeting every Wednesday morning except the week of the Avon event, which is the first Wednesday.
Okay.
So we've got, so if you want to go from our event, we have our event on the second Tuesday. We have a meeting right the next morning on the second Wednesday, or the next Wednesday, whenever that is. And then every Wednesday after that.
Okay. So you're meeting every week, right?
Yeah, we're meeting every week right now, but this is strictly for the reloading phase. We've said very clearly we're not going to go every week indefinitely like this, but for the time being, we're going to meet weekly. We're using it like a power circle to bring, it's a fishing pool to bring people to.
Yeah.
In preparation, that's where we kind of do the personal screening, using the event as the fishing pool, invite them to the fishing pool, get them there, meet them, and then invite them the next day to come to breakfast, and then we can, grill them or fry them or whatever we're going to do with them the next morning.
Saute them.
Yeah, exactly. But ultimately, it is a weekly schedule. But once the board is established, we'll probably go to something a little more similar to that. I don't know that we would have a whole meeting dedicated for referrals, and a whole one for events, and then another one for the superpower team referrals. But there's a lot of potential for that. It really depends on the ultimate.
Another meeting for events? What do you mean?
No, you've got a referral team meeting, and then you have a superpower team meeting, which is also a referral meeting. It's just part of the team rather than the whole team.
Right.
So you've got two specific referral meetings and nothing else in the course of the month. And I'm not sure that ours will ultimately break down that way, but I see some very good utility in that. It really depends on what the ultimate composition, I think, of the group is, if there's enough power teams or not.
Until you get to 20 members, you won't need a superpower team meeting.
That's what I'm figuring.
Superpower team meeting really came into play because we had a lot of members that weren't connecting because our referral team was so big, because we had like 25 people on there, and they were like, I don't know the people I should be getting referrals from. So we broke it down a little bit smaller.
Sure.
But the musts are the social event, the referral team meeting, one a month once you get past the power team stage, and then your actual event. I'm just fishing here.
Yeah, that's okay. I mean, and that's stuff we've talked about doing. So I mean, it's pretty compatible with what. It's just more confirmation, I think, than anything at the moment. And then we got referral team. That's what it is.
Just one piece of info I'm looking for here that's not here. All right, so let's talk quickly about the AB team meeting schedule, and then we'll get into the real meat and potatoes, which is recruiting and then lead generation system. All right, so there are a couple different ways to generate referrals. One is proactive. And the other is reactive. Proactive means that you tell me about a client, I'm going to proactively ask you for that client.
Okay.
Reactive means I tell you what I need, and you react or respond to my needs. So reactive, have you been to a BNI meeting? Okay. Reactive is like BNI. At BNI, people stand up and say, hey, my name's Jim, I own a landscape company, I need to meet
XYZ.
Right. And then somebody will think in their head, and they'll go, oh, I know XYZ, and they'll write down our phone. Proactive is like Jim and you sitting together and you saying, I know XYZ, they have how many employees, they're in this side of town and this much revenue, do you want an introduction to them? And then it's up to me as the business owner to say yes or no. So I'm proactively able to control the amount of referrals that I have.
Okay.
This is the most beneficial way to generate revenue from your referral team.
Okay.
I'll say it again, like this is the way
to
generate revenue from your referral team. Now most people go reactive because it's easy and it feels good, and it puts no onus or responsibility on anybody. So they didn't come up with anything, they didn't come up with anything, I don't know, I'm not getting any results. Whereas with proactive, if you didn't get any referrals, whose fault is it?
Oh, it's yours.
Yeah. So I use both in the referral team, but the majority is proactive.
Okay.
So the first
so you're talking right now about the scheduled, the agenda, meeting agenda for a referral team meeting.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So I set that context of the reason why we have certain parts in the referral team meeting. The first one is a name your need, NYN, name your need, referral asking session. So that's how everybody will get oriented to each other, because I'm about to show you how to build your board real fast, basically in 2 months to go from 0 to 20 people. And with that amount of people coming in, people are going to forget who everybody is. So every single session, we always start out with a name your need. Tell us your name, your business, what you do, and then tell us exactly who you'd like to meet. And what I do within that is I spend a little bit of time hot seating them. And they come up with stupid stuff like, oh, I just need to meet, anybody that owns a business.
And that's always really effective.
Right, not. So, we can talk another time about hot seating. Tony's actually really, really great at a couple hot seating exercises that help people drill down. Just help them get as specific as possible.
Yeah, I know. I'm pretty familiar with that stuff. So.
So have an open name your need session, and everybody goes around and help them facilitate the introductions. So if they're going to the next person and that person hasn't come up yet, just say, hey, anybody got a dentist for Bob? And just make sure everybody in the room walks away with one commitment for an introduction.
Okay.